It's the opening of the 2025 Bulldog football home season. Joining me is Mike Miller, and Mike informed me beforehand we have done this on and off for 37 years.
Started in 1988 on the radio for KDBM.
Wow, long time ago. And our engineer, we got rid of our pretty face, and not that Tad's not pretty to his parents, but we have Tad last name? Tad Takis from Stevensville, Montana, is our engineer this season. And welcome to Bulldog football. It should be a good one. Northern started off with a 20-0 shutout by Carroll. Had a good defensive effort, but not much offense.
No offense at all, really.
And then the Bulldogs, of course, opened on the road. They were the visitors to the annual Montana Tech Copper game, and it was all Montana Tech in the first half, scoring 31 unanswered points before the Bulldogs even got on the board. A couple of special teams return, which drives coaches crazy, and then there was a long run. But the second half was a whole different ball game.
Yeah, Mike Palandre ended up with 3 touchdown passes, and he ran one in himself. So the Bulldogs had a furious comeback, but then they had a fumble in the third period. That broke up the momentum, and Tech just did a great job through most of the ball game. Well coached, they were well disciplined. I think they knew what they were planning on doing, and they just came out and did it.
Well, I'm gonna step away from football for a second because both our volleyball and rodeo teams are in action this weekend as well. Bulldog volleyball opened the new Frontier Conference season because there's a whole bunch of new teams. They beat Valley City State 3-1 over in Valley City, North Dakota. They're playing right now against Mayville over in North Dakota too. The rodeo team, on the other hand, yesterday put a solid performance in, as our SID Claire said, and they won. The men's team won the team title at the Cody Rodeo, and the women placed second, and they will have the second go around. That will be coming up tonight. And we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with more Bulldog football pregame action after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are back at Vigilante Field,
Nope.
Stroud Gymnasium. Nope. We're at Bulldog Stadium, and we're about 3 minutes away from our kickoff. And Mike, they had some tributes to some different people and different companies and whatnot that have made huge contributions to Montana Western football. Of course, my old boss at Western, Tom Yeras, passed away earlier in the summer, and we had a moment of silence for him because of all the things that he did on campus. A football stadium on campus was one of his goals. He and Bob Beers, when Beers was coaching here, kind of visualized this would be a good place for a stadium, and it only took 30-some years after the fact. He also was instrumental, the row house on campus, and a whole bunch of stuff. And I got to remind you, or tell you, that the next home game we have, Bob Beers is going to join us at halftime of that game, and we are going to talk about Tom Yeras' legacy at Montana Western. And what were the other things they did today at halftime? Pregame.
Well, the Bulldogs introduced a brand new tradition here at Montana Western in partnership with Premier Plumbing and Heating. UMW has launched the Bulldog Way, honoring number 18, a program inspired by the legacy of M.J. Simpkins, celebrating leadership, character, and service throughout the community. MJ wore 18 when he played for the Cubs in baseball, and he did it when he played for the Beavers, and then again here for the Bulldogs. And each season, number 18, the legacy jersey, the team selects a leader, a player who has great character and has served the community through many, many years. And this year, it is Jace Fitzgerald. And of course, he is a Beaverhead County High School graduate.
Last year, another Beaverhead County graduate, Pete Gibson, wore it. So it's nice to see it handed down. A couple years before that, it was Mr. Rouser from Townsend wore it, and it shows that the Simpkins family combined with the Bulldog football program is keeping MJ's memory alive and well on the field. And we're about ready for the kickoff.
And Wally, Premier Plumbing here in Dillon, they are a major sponsor, and they are going to pick an honorary team captain every week when we're here at Bulldog Stadium. And this year, or this game, it's the Beaverhead Ski Patrol. They season after season, these volunteers take really good care of the skiers up at Maverick Mountain.
I believe the Bulldogs lost the toss or won the toss and deferred so they can have the ball first in the second half, and the Bulldogs kicking off now. And we have a new kicker. John Mears isn't here anymore. He's off into the world of being a professional adult. We have Maitland Berkeley, and he's got a little bit of a connection to Bulldog athletics.
He does. His older brother is a Bulldog basketball player.
Jackson Berkeley.
And McLean hit 2 PATs last weekend.
Berkeley's kick is off, and it's going to roll. Well, it hit
through the end zone.
Through the end zone on the other side, and there's no fence over there. I mean, there is a fence over there, so the ball will stop. Although I think one of the cheerleaders was in a good place to pick up the ball. So the Northern Lights on the field first, and we'll see how their offense works. Their quarterback is Ashton Platt, Jr. from Great Falls, and the O-line is 66 Josh Cordless, 50 Jacob Hetrick, 67 Nathan Rodriguez. Seono Loco 2 is the right guard, and right tackle is Jake Knoll. Not too often the offensive linemen get mentioned.
No.
So 1st and 10, Lights, ball marked at their own 25-yard line. Just underway, Frontier Conference football, and end around the Northern runner got lots of room around. I think it was an end around because that was Lahi Williams, the freshman, redshirt freshman from Mauna Loa, Mauna Valley, Hawaii, and he found lots of running room.
Yeah, the Bulldogs gave up a little leverage there, and he got around the Bulldog left side. You know, the Bulldog defensive line pretty well seasoned out there. Tyler Walker's been starting for a couple of years. Tyler Schoen, number 45 out there from Chinook, Montana, an old sugar beater.
Another handoff. This one right up the middle, and right there to meet him was Kip Sakalia. He was right there. He met him almost about the same time the ball got there.
And looks to me a loss of 1.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 Lights. Well, they started their offensive series the way you want to with a big gain. Let's see if they can maintain that momentum. They went scoreless last week against Carroll.
The Bulldogs, they have a tendency to give up big plays. That 85-yard run last week hurt them, really set them back.
Oh, a little movement front on the offensive line for the Lights, and it looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication between the Lights quarterback and the Lights offensive line. They weren't really sure which signal to go by, and the offensive line made up their own and went.
And all of those red jerseys, all those officials on the Bulldog team, they all pointed, and that one was pretty easy. We'll have to talk about the new rule that we
2 new rules.
2 new rules. We'll have to talk about that, especially if it comes up here in one of the plays.
So 2nd and 11 now for the Lights. Another handoff, another end around. The Lights seem to think they have something there, and they picked up about 6 yards on the play. So it was a nice game. Well, closer to 7. They're going to give them about 7 or 8 yards. Well, now they move it back again.
That Reese Stanich came up from the safety spot. Reese is, I guess he's an outside linebacker in that formation. He's a senior out of Bozeman. Works with the kids at the YMCA during the summer. Great kid. Goofy, but a great kid.
He's one of your trainers that you paid for but never see, right?
Yeah.
Another handoff. Nope, quarterback keeper. Oh, the receiver stopped. The receiver stopped, which you don't want to do.
No, Tayshawn Rain.
He just stopped out there.
He just seemed to stop. Or no, I don't think that's him. Tim Arnold. And I believe he is an Air Force Academy transfer.
Yeah, and that was Connor Donnelly, who was on the defense for the Bulldogs. Eli Norris back to receive the first punt of our ball game. He's standing at his own, about the own 34-yard line. He says, hurry up and punt the ball. High punt. Norris steps back. He catches it at the 25. He's up to the 30. And he's met. He got met by a host of Lights, and they pushed him back. He was about that? Looks like they're going to mark it at 32. He caught it at the 32, and they pushed him back to the 30. But that will make it 1st and 10, Montana Western. And we'll revere their offensive line. A bunch of new faces, new starting faces. 67, Ethan Larson. 77, Dylan Chrisman. 61, Tyrus McPhee. 70, DJ Jackson. And 78, Lane Cooney. Of course, Michael Palandri back for his senior season. And I believe that's Jake Humphrey right next to him at quarterback. Norse goes in motion, takes a couple steps off to Humphreys, and Humphreys is met at the line of scrimmage, keeps his legs chugging away, and he picks up about 1. Helped up there after the tackle was Alphonse Joseph. Boy, that's a mouthful of a college, Eastern Oklahoma A&M College. So pickup of just a couple, 2nd and 8 now, Montana Western, their first possession of their home opening in the Frontier Conference season. Palandri over the middle, tosses it to the tight end, Matt Here, and Here gets big yardage down to the 45-yard line. Let's see exactly where they spot it. 45? Nope, they're going to mark it at the 46 of Western, so 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
I love it when they hit Matt coming out.
You've been an advocate for the tight ends for as long as I can remember, yeah.
And he is a senior.
Palandri back to pass. Quick little toss to Eli Norris. Eli Norris makes one of his slick moves and picks up about 6 yards or so. In on the defense was Jackson Kink, the senior out of Spokane, Washington, transferred into Northern from Morehead State in Kentucky. That's a long trip to transfer in from. So he picked up 6 on that, so it is 2nd and about 4. Palandri back to pass again. Chased out of the pocket. He's going to pick it up on. Nope, he stopped. Nope, he's going to. Oh, he almost went out of bounds, but just he did a little move that sent the defenders rolling by him, and he picked up the first down. In on the defense once again was Kink for the Lights, but a nice move. You think he's been like maybe practicing some dance moves in the off season?
But that the defense looked like cover 4. All zone, and when he took off running, there was nobody on him.
Palandri roll out to the right. Toss to, is that Norse over there? Hard to see. Nope, that might be Kirkley.
And he's kind of the forgotten receiver here for the Bulldogs. You've got the All-American in Eli Norse, and Seth Shook, number 9, he has done so very well. He did a great job out of Richland, Washington last year. And sometimes you forget about John Kirkley.
Well, he had nice pickup there, about 6.5, we'll call it. Humphrey up the middle, and he's going to pick up, looks like, the necessary yardage. Kirkley's other sport, of course, was basketball. He had some all-state years for the Beavers, a state championship. And you'll never guess what his favorite movie is.
Air Bud?
No.
Hey, that's Landon Charlton, number 21, as the running back.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
So Charlton, the junior from Richland, Washington, joins Palandri in the backfield. Palandri back to pass again, avoided one Lights rusher, and a nice, easy pass over there to, was that Shook?
That's
Shook. Seth Shook, the sophomore from Richland, Washington. He was, the only people that were close enough to defend him were the Lights players on the sideline. So a breakdown in that passing defense by MSU-Northern results in a big gainer for the Bulldogs. They are now first and goal, or first, they're in the red zone is what I'm trying to say, from the 18-yard line. Another pass. This one, Norse breaks one tackle, and then another one, and he's finally wrestled down at about the half-yard line.
I'm afraid there's a penalty.
Uh-oh.
And I think that's going to be
a Bulldog holding penalty?
No, it might be okay, I'm not going to announce it until we'll let the official announce it.
Well, Norse had some nice moves, but it's going to go.
It is a hold.
Yeah. I'm figuring somebody, after he caught the ball, they were trying to create some more space for him and decided to grab a jersey, too.
I expected that to be a block in the back. So Charlton stays in the ballgame. He picked up an oncoming rusher there, gave Palandri just a little bit more time.
But it's now 1st and 21 as the ball is marked at between the 29 and Palandri chased out of the pocket, and he breaks away, keeps his hand motion, and wide open over there is John Kirkley for the touchdown. I don't see any yellow flags around there, and I guess if you're a 6'1", 210-pound quarterback who spends a lot of time in the weight room, you're gonna do that. And so the Bulldogs on the board first in this Frontier Conference game.
And it appeared that number 15, and I'm trying to find him here, Braden Klein, out of Big Sandy, Montana. He was injured on that play.
Kick is up, and kick is good. So, with 8:21 left on the clock for the first quarter, it's Montana Western 7, MSU Northern nothing. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are back at our. I still want to say at the Stroud Gymnasium. I still have basketball. I was closer to a basketball game than I was to a football game. But
you just got a text from Charlie Fry.
Yeah,
he's up in Chester, Montana, and he said, "Tell Miller to talk into the microphone
louder. He couldn't hear you."
And usually that's not a bad thing. People say,
yeah.
That's all right. Shut that down a little bit.
Well, I see Tad made an adjustment too. We'll see if that works. I actually just think that the equipment doesn't like to hear your voice, and the less it can, the better. But that's just a wild guess.
I think he's going to throw that one hop and through the end zone.
And it's a smoky day too. It's nice weather outside. Although you said it was icy cold this morning.
It was very cold this morning, and I think the field, as cool as it is, this is going to be great for the big men and the guys that run up and down the field as much as these officials do, because it's not 115 degrees down there.
I see Kyle Wantland now wandering the sidelines. He's usually up top. I'm not sure which one of his assistants is up top. So first and 10 Lights, their second possession. Quarterback keeper, he breaks a couple of tackles and makes it up to about the 30-yard line. And it looked like it.
That's Liam Rowe out of Spring Creek, Nevada, just over the hill from Elko. And, of course, that is also the alma mater of John Jund. And John, of course, was the quarterback here for the Bulldogs for 3 years, coached last year, and has gone out on his own. He's a fishing guide. We see him around town. He's a fishing guide. His sister is here, and she's kind of raising him.
Another handoff by the Lights. They seem to like what they find around that end of the Bulldog defense. They've made some very positive yardage, and it looks like they picked up another first down. So 2 consecutive running plays results in a Northern first down.
And, number 2, that Smelser from Power, Montana, he did a great job out there blocking, sealing a defender in so the quarterback could make it to the sideline.
Where is Power? Is that up in the High Line?
It is not. It is just south of Conrad. Power, Dutton, and Brady, they co-op for athletics.
Quarterback keeper, and they use a little triple option that it doesn't work at all. The Bulldogs were waiting for that one. That's going to be about a 3 or 4 yard loss. And I think that was Tyler Shonen who smelled that one out.
And Jace Fitzgerald out there.
We had 7 unassisted tackles in that Tech game. So 2nd and 12 now for the Lights. Ashton Platt at quarterback. And another night, well, it looked like it might open up to something, but the Bulldog defenders on that side were ready for it. And they picked up maybe, we're going to see where they mark it. He picked up about a football. That was the length of that drive. And wholesale.
As Spencer Lenners, he's also from Power. I don't know what kind of a team the Power guys must have had, but they have 4 or maybe 5 players on this Northern team from Power. And Lenners is one of the brothers.
Well, the Northern staff obviously taking advantage of the geography for recruiting players.
Oh, that one was tipped.
Good play on the line. I'm not sure who was that. I'm trying to see who got that. Did Van Kampen stick his paws up and break that one away? Whatever it was, it resulted in an incomplete pass, and the Lights are out. And this was identical to that first drive. They had a couple of nice big offensive plays, and then they went nowhere. Bulldog defense stiffened and is forcing a second straight punt by the Lights. Eli Norse is back to receive.
This one.
Wiley Snap. That's a good name for a punter. Wiley Snap back to punt for the Lights. This one is not a very good punt.
Get away. Everybody's saying get away, get away.
Not a very good punt at all. It went straight up in the air and came down. What would you say, about a 25-yard punt maybe,
well,
if that many?
At the 49. Yeah. I see Eli back there as a punt returner. I see him as a kick returner. He's an All-American wide receiver, and I worry that maybe we overuse him. The Bulldogs overuse him. They have a couple of other fine returners. Certainly, the Shook kid can do it.
Well, then again, it's lots of coaches' philosophy. You have your best athletes on special teams. Yeah. Obviously, Tech proved that point last
yes,
week.
Yeah.
So this is a media timeout, but we're going to keep it right here. We want to remind everybody once again, Bulldog volleyball won yesterday. Bulldog men's rodeo team won their team event in Cody, and the women finished second. That rodeo on today again for the second go-around, and then the Bulldog volleyball team playing Mayville State. Last week, the opening weekend of the Frontier Conference on Thursday, once again, it was Montana Tech over Western. Number 22 Southern Oregon beat Simpson University 59-0. Simpson, one of the newcomers to the Frontier. Dickinson over Valley City State 30-15. Those two teams also new additions. And Mayville State, another new addition, defeating Judson University of Illinois 49-20. And then on Saturday, it was College of Idaho over Eastern Oregon 21-17. Dakota Wesleyan over Dakota State 16-14. And Carroll over MSU-Northern by a score of 20-0. And we are back with the Bulldogs. Their second possession, their first possession resulted in a touchdown. Palandri has all kinds of time back there, and he finds Shook, and Shook shakes away a tackler. I always wanted to say something like that, and I couldn't. But it's a nice catch and run.
All the way to the 25-yard line?
Oh.
30-yard line.
Depends on where they mark it. The guy's just holding the football, but it looks like his foot is just behind the 30-yard line.
And Nia on the tackle, and he's come a long way. Pittsburgh High School in California? Pittsburgh, wow. California?
Oh, wide open for the touchdown pass. That was Shook. So that drive was all Shook. Shook and Palandri resulted in that nice touchdown pass.
Last year the Bulldogs had Dylan Shipley out there. And Shipley, of course, is gone along with Tamioki. And, we're probably not going to ever mention their names again because
Why did you mention them this time?
Because Shook has done such a good job.
Back to kick the extra point. The freshman from Billings, Macklin Berkeley, his kick is up, and his kick is good. So, with 5:16 left to play in the first quarter, it's been all Bulldogs. The Bulldogs lead 14-0. We'll be back with more on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are back at Bulldog Stadium, ready for the Bulldog kickoff after that drive was all
Seth Shook.
Well, Michael Palandri had a little bit to do with it. Threw a couple of passes that resulted in touchdown, and Bulldogs lead 14-0.
And the offensive line did pretty well. Palandri had plenty of time on those last two passes.
And that was one of the concerns of Coach Norris was the defensive line play of the Lights. He thought they were a formidable force.
That went into the end zone, bounced back out. So, Wally, you were talking about the new alignment. There are 14 teams now in the Frontier Conference. Montana Tech in Butte, they were in the preseason poll, they were ranked first in the Eastern Division, and Montana Western was first in the Western Division. And, of course, that was settled last weekend.
Yes, quite convincingly. 1st and 10, Lights. Right up the middle, nice yardage right up the middle. A whole pile of red and white right there. Bulldogs and Lights in the middle, and getting up off the bottom of that pile, I believe that was Roman Bradley. Nope, wasn't Bradley.
Sakalia.
So, but nice gain. Not as nice as their last 2 first down possessions. But picked up 4 yards, and that's a nice gain on first down. You don't want to put yourself too big a hole on first down. And there's another run up the middle and more nice yardage. So the Lights have found something they like in that interior. I guess the outside got closed down, so now they're going to try another angle of attack. And they picked up 3 more yards, so it will be 3rd and 4 for a Lights first down.
Yeah, I didn't see that the Bulldogs widened the defense any to stop that run around the outside, but maybe they're just widening the offensive line.
Up the middle, and this one goes nowhere. Maybe a 1-yard pickup, and I'm saying maybe because he didn't go very far after he was hit by that Bulldog front.
Oh, but did they give him the roll?
It's still, nope. It's still 4th, so this one was a 3 and out, 4 and out for the Lights. Wiley snapped the Lights punter from Big Sandy. They have quite a few Big Sandy kids on their roster too.
Well, it's just a spit from Big Sandy to Haver.
Oh, there's a nice putt. Oh, and it gets a little. That's the kind of shot I want to have in golf that gives me that comeback. But Norse finds room, and he turns something. He turns nothing into something, and Bulldogs will begin their 3rd position.
And we have an injured
Light
at about the 32-yard line.
And he was the one that tackled Eli Norse. All right, excuse me, he didn't tackle. He was blocked as he was moving forward. Now he's okay. I just think he's. Are we in Haver, Coach, or did we go somewhere? He's walking off under his own power. He's running off under his own power, which is good. And the Bulldogs are still huddled close to their own sidelines, leading 14-0. Not much time is left in the first quarter.
Are they going to let it run out? Oh, no, the clock stopped.
Crowd is, I think there's still a lot of people in the tailgate section. So here come the Bulldogs, 1st and 10. And the ball's marked, looks like about on their own 21 or 22-yard line. And little flippy reverse, and it was to Norse, and they fooled him a little bit. No, yep, that's Eli Norse. They fooled him a little bit, and picked up decent yardage, decent first down yardage. In fact, really good.
And that's Rico
Figueroa.
I think Figueroa out there, 82, put on a block for Eli. So now you've got Eli, Shook, Figueroa, and Kirkley. 4 wide receivers.
Handoff up the middle. Met by a whole bunch of Lights. Moneso Tupo, first on the stop.
And that's Charlton again. He's getting some playing time here. I wonder, we haven't...
I wonder if Humphrey's still nursing. He got dinged up a little bit, I believe, in the start of fall camp. Maybe they're just being better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Palandri, quick out. Oh, and Eli Norris, is that Eli Norris or is that Figueroa? I'm trying to see. Nope, that's Eli Norris. He had too many guys he needed to make moves against, and they finally caught up to him, but it's another big Bulldog gain. All the way into MSU-Northern territory at the 43-yard line. And 1st and 10, Montana Western. Palandri at quarterback and Landon Charlton in the backfield. Charlton with the ball, finds running room, nice running room. He brings the ball down to about the 30, depends on where they mark it.
That's the first time I've seen Ethan Larson pull. He pulled right over to the left-hand side.
And they're going to mark it at the 36-yard line. So a nice carry on 1st down. Palandri, another handoff, another one to Charlton. He worms his way through the hole, and I think he'll pick up a 1st down. Lights in on the stop. I saw Diamoni Wright get up, and he's going to take a break on the sidelines now. So the light shuffling personnel on defense like the Bulldogs did in their series. First and 10 Bulldogs. Quick out to Norse. Norse makes one move, and he's dropped at the 25-yard line. So another nice pickup by the Bulldogs on 1st down. In on the stop for the Lights, Jesse Brawley, 6'1", sophomore out of Baker, Montana. I know where Baker is. It's over by Ekalaka. That's all I know. And that's the end of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, our score, Montana Western 14, MSU-Northern nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter on the Bulldog Sports Network. Well, we're back at Bulldog Stadium getting set for quarter number 1. And, Mike, that was a fast first quarter, quarter number 2.
Getting ready for the second.
I guess it happened so fast that I still thought it was the first quarter. And it was pretty much all Bulldogs. Bulldog defense had a couple of breakdowns, but they weren't the kind that got them into trouble.
Oh, and look at this. We are spread almost the entire width of the football field.
Kirkley shook here on this side, and looks like Charlton's out there with Norse.
And the quarterback all by himself.
And look at the Northern. They're looking at their sideline saying, do we have the right defense, coach?
3 down linemen. 2 deep.
They normally play a 3-4 defense, but it looks like they brought one of their backers up to the line of scrimmage. Charlton in motion, quick turn out to Norse. Norse finds an opening, weaves his way through the Northern tacklers, and he's all the way down to the 4-yard line. Nice yak yardage, as they say in football, yards after catch. Holy smokes, Eli Norse.
He is having a fine ball game. And it's only the first play of the second period.
And it's 1st and goal. Bulldogs camped out at the Northern 4-yard line. Palandri back to pass. It was a naked backfield again, and it was in and out of the hands of
Kirkley was wide open in the end zone, right in the very back, and nobody followed him. He was wide open.
Sometimes that gets a quarterback in trouble when you keep your eyes on one receiver. You almost have to turn a wide-angle lens on.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10 now. Palandri with Charlton in the backfield. Palandri pitch to Charlton. He's looking for room, and he's not going to find anything. In fact, he's going to lose a yard or two from the Northern Lights as they pull him down at the 5-yard line.
Oh, and we're going to get a penalty.
Personal foul, late hit.
I think that's Dylan Chrisman, number 77. Looked like he pushed off on one of the defenders from Northern.
Chrisman is a 6'5" sophomore, 305 pounds. Helena High School is his alma mater. So what looked to be a 4 yards to a touchdown is now 20 yards to a touchdown. So a little bit of kicking yourself in the foot problem by the Bulldogs. So it will be, well, they're saying 3rd down. Do they lose a yard? Do they lose a down on that? Wouldn't it be 2nd down?
I don't know.
Palandri chased out of the pocket. Now he's going to run for it on his own. And he's finally wrestled down at the 15-yard line. And that will send the kicking team out. So it was a 3rd down. And Macklin Berkeley will get to try his foot. Well, they're having a talk now. There was another penalty.
Yeah.
Not sure what this one is, but they look like they're getting set to mark against the Bulldogs. Are they? Or which way? A clipping call.
Personal
Nope.
foul.
What's it when you what's this when they do this?
Just personal foul.
Okay, so
Didn't
now
say who it was, though. At least we can't hear him.
and the offense is back on the field. The kicking team is off the field. And it was an automatic 1st down. So some kind of personal foul penalty gives the Bulldogs another shot at the end zone. Palandri back to pass, chased out of the pocket. And he throws to a wide open.
That's Eli Norris, isn't it?
Boy, Mr. Norris has such a way of finding an open space for the quarterback to throw him the football, and he did it again. And it's now 20 for the Bulldogs, nothing for the Lights, and we have an extra point coming up by McLean Berkeley.
Yeah, when Palandri broke out of the backfield, everybody was back on defense, and then all of them went after Palandri, and Eli was all by himself there.
Extra point kick is up. Extra point kick is good. And so, 13:22 left to play in the first half. Our score, Montana Western 21, MSU-Northern nothing. We'll be back with more on the Bulldog Sports Network. Back at Bulldog Stadium, 13:22 left to play in the first half, and it's been all Bulldog. The Dogs lead 21-0 over the MSU-Northern Lights. They've changed sides of the field. And remember, Bulldogs will receive the ball to start the second half. So and I'd say McLean Berkeley's doing okay in his rookie debut.
Yeah.
At Bulldog Stadium. Kick is up and away. This one is not going to be returned.
Now, he kicks it a little bit deeper than the guys last year. You know, Mears did not kick off very often because the kicker is a potential tackler, and of course Mears was being very, very careful. He'd had a number of concussions. But Berkeley, he just boots it.
He doesn't have to worry about a return. It goes over their head. So Ashton Platt in shotgun.
Cole Flugie is in for the Bulldogs along with Manuel Voorhees.
And handoff up the middle goes nowhere. In fact, it might have been a loss. Let's see where they mark it, or a no gainer on it. No gain, so 2nd and 10 now for the Lights. And now we're ready to go for the second down. Roman Bradley is the lone setback for MSU-Northern. And handoff to Bradley. He finds a little room. He got some room on the outside over there. Picked up about, well, let's see now, 3 or 4 yards. We'll see exactly when they mark it. Bradley's out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, and as Mike said earlier, transferred to Northern from the Air Force Academy.
We've got a few other subs in here for the Bulldogs. Number 26, I'm going to mispronounce it, Eliandre, or they say Dre Ozuna. He's out here as a corner. Looks like he's man-to-man on Shelton.
Oh, Bulldog pressure. And finally, Bulldog pressure results in a sack, a solo sack on that one by Cale Van Kampen. And big loss, huge loss all the way back to about, looks like it's marked at the 19-yard line, their own 19-yard line. That'll force a punt. And back to punt again for the Lights is Wiley Snap.
Looked like one of the wide receivers was telling the official, he is holding me. And you know what? He is.
Oh, muff punt, and I think one of the Bulldogs got a hand on it, and it sent it out of bounds.
It looked like it dribbled back to him, and he very, very quickly, to avoid the rush, he kicked it, and it went off the side of his foot, and I think Donnie Keltz was the closest man to...
Either that or Coach Norse. They were close together on that.
And speaking of Donnie Keltz, he and this crew, the ball boys, the guys holding the chains, they have been doing this for years. And they were recognized for their years of service by the Frontier Conference last year. And we're pretty lucky that we have those guys.
Well, when one guy, Scott Godfrey stepped in when we lost Chris Maring, and he's taken over. But, yeah, that crew has pretty much been all there for a long time. Oh, talk about not wanting to go down. Wow.
4 yards probably for
Yeah,
Charlton.
Landon Charlton, he kept his legs churning, and he did not let Northern put him down. And he had, 3 or 4 white shirts grabbing him? So he picks up 4 yards. So it's 2nd and 6 now for the Bulldogs, deep in Northern territory at the Lights' 30-yard line. Blandry back to pass again. Open in the end zone is Kirkley. Oh, and he couldn't hold on to it.
And the flag down in the offensive backfield, probably
Well,
where you would get a holding call.
Yep, and I just saw the one judge referee motion to the head official. Yep, holding is a call.
Penalties really did bother the Bulldogs last year.
The only thing good about that one was it didn't result in a touchdown that got called back. So it's 2nd and 20. Now the ball is at the Lights 40, and they like that defensive position a lot better than they were down on their own 30-yard line. So 2nd and 20. Palandri, little verse, this one to Norse, and the Lights ready for this one. I think they're going to give him, well, according to where the one official is marking it, it's going to be a no gain. But the Lights were ready for that one.
Yeah, Terry Crawford from Havre, he didn't have to travel very far to attend Northern. Linebacker came up to make that stop. And again, empty backfield.
And 2 wideouts to the right, 3 to the left. And Palandri back to pass.
The offensive line did a great job.
And that time it was Shook who caught the ball, pushed out of bounds by Tyshawn Rain for the Lights. It is 4th. And the offensive team remains on for the Bulldogs, 4th and about 3. Charlton in the backfield with Palandri, and that's who gets the ball is Charlton, and he picks up the first down and more. He turns, spins, and rolls, and finally stopped at about the 7 or 8 yard line of the Lights.
He's from Richland, Washington. That's one of the Tri-Cities?
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
I think so. You would know. You used to travel all those places when you were looking after student teachers for Western.
And Kirkley is signaling back to the sideline for something.
Bulldogs in the Lights red zone. 1st and 10 from the 18. Quick. Palandri chased out of the pocket, and he just throws it away. He did the smart thing. Right at Eli Norse's feet. If he would have tried to complete that to Norse, it would have resulted into about a 6-yard loss. So that was a smart play on Palandri. But once again, the Lights stepped up big defensively. They smelt that one out. So 2nd and 10 now for Montana Western. Palandri hands off to Charlton. He finds a hole up the middle. He's down to about the 4 or 5 yard line. About a yard short of a Bulldog first down. Oh, they're going to mark it. I guess his knee must have hit sooner than that. So they don't give him as much as I thought, but their Bulldogs can still pick up a first down.
And that might be a first down. Palandri is signaling it, but he might be biased.
Yeah.
A little biased.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to work, but you don't see the field goal team coming on with 4th and 2. You see the offensive team remaining out there. Palandri looked over for the play, and he was quickly ready to go. And he's going to keep it himself. So Palandri, and he gets hit from behind.
Nice job.
That was Gimono Aquina. Wow. So, but was there a flag? Yep, there's a flag there too. I see a yellow flag there at the feet. So we'll see what's happening. It looks like it's against.
That's Michael Watkins on the tackle, number 6.
You're right. His buddy wasn't there.
No, and it's on the Dogs.
So now, does this bring the field goal team out, or do you? And that's 3 penalties on the Dogs, and I don't think the Lights have been hit once, have they?
Yeah, they had a personal foul.
Gotcha. Oh, they're
Oh,
measuring.
Yeah.
We don't have the laser thing they have on TV now. Nope, he's
a little short.
about a football and a half short of the first down. So, light defense holds, but the Lights offense will have it deep in their own territory for their next possession. It will be 1st and 10 Northern, and the ball marked about on the 4-yard line.
Now the get back coach is telling the guys you have to get back. You have to stay beyond the black.
Do you know that's an actual position on some NFL teams? That you wouldn't have to learn very much except how to say get back, and you have to look at guys that weigh 900 pounds in the eye and say, get back, please. Well, the Bulldogs are ready to go. Here come the Lights offense.
Lights offense has been pretty quiet. Platt has had to, well, he hasn't really passed that many times.
Well, I think his only pass attempt somebody tipped it away. Okay. Handoff.
Oh, he fumbled.
There's a fumble, and Bulldogs recovered, and it looks like they recovered in the end zone.
Yeah, did the officials call it?
Well, the Bulldogs are celebrating. So it is a touchdown. It is a touchdown, and I believe it was Brady Mounts who recovered it.
Looked like 33.
Well, 14 was right there too. Regardless. Or did he score? No, I guess he didn't score a touchdown. It's just 1st and goal.
Yeah, it's our ball, though.
Yeah.
Our ball, like I'm a Bulldog player coach.
We have eligibility left, though.
I know why I have so much eligibility left.
Oh, Palandri rolls into the end zone himself for the touchdown. So 1-yard run by Michael Palandri, I think. I haven't seen the officials put their hands up yet, or they're just slow at doing it. Nope,
Berkeley's in.
Yeah. So touchdown Bulldogs, 27-0.
And that is Palandri's second touchdown run. He got one up in Butte last weekend.
So Berkeley puts his 4th point on the board for the Bulldog, and it's 28-0 Montana Western. 11:44 remaining in the first half, and we'll be back with more Bulldog football on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium. It's 28-0 Montana Western, the home 2025 opener. Bulldogs hosting MSU-Northern. Both teams played last weekend. The Bulldogs lost to Tech and Northern lost to Carroll. And so far it has been all Montana Western. Another kickoff right over the head. He's not going to get a chance to return anything. Isaiah Woodley for the Lights. He just kind of watches it go over his head. So lights back out. A little better field position. Instead of on the 4-yard line, they're marked at their own 25-yard line. They've dug themselves a pretty deep hole, so they need to get something going.
Connor Dunley out there, number 20. He was in on 11 tackles in Butte last week. Lost River High School in Malin, Oregon. That is in Klamath County. Oh, it's within an hour of Klamath Falls. I don't remember which way, but
nice triple option play there. Oh, and I think there's going to be some personal foul called on the Bulldogs, which will add 15 more yards to that.
That's Roman Bradley really taking off. He's from the Air Force Academy.
Boy, and Platt held that ball till the exact second, and then he pitched it, and there was nothing but green daylight in front. Oh no, they're going to say it's against the lights. I thought maybe there might have been a late hit on the Bulldogs, but what do I know?
Holding.
Oh.
No, it's on the wide receiver.
Tim Arnold.
Yeah. Jeez. The officials actually saw one that we didn't? They must be doing a much better job than we are.
Speaking of the officials, it's a crew, as Neil Peterson said, it's a mixed crew of officials from Montana and Idaho. They tried it again, and this time the pitch was bounced and rolling around, and I think Roman landed on it. Roman Bradley, I think he fell on it, but it was close. It could have very, very easily been a turnover deep in their own territory. It was a loss of a couple of yards, so it will be first and about 16 or so, 17, I should say. Second and 17.
Did Platt run over there and get instructions? Yeah, they're making a change.
A new quarterback in. Oh, and running quarterback, and we've got another penalty.
And there's nobody there. That was thrown behind one of the Bulldog defenders and behind Tim Arnold.
Well, they're pointing to the Bulldogs, but there's a flag here and there's a flag down there, I think.
Yeah.
Unless they picked one up down here.
No, he's... Yeah.
You remember all that stuff from your officiating days?
I never officiated football. I did the 14 years of basketball. You'd think I would have lost some weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was holding on both teams, offsetting penalties, and it's as if the play never occurred.
So let's start over again. Redo it. Second down. Second and 17 again. And here comes another pitch. This one to one of their wide receivers who's brought down quickly.
That's Van Kampen, number 44. And Connor Dunley, number 20, the safety.
So he picked up some of the lost yardage, but makes it still a long third down. So 3rd and 11 for the Lights. Oh, almost an interception. 3 Bulldogs around the ball.
And the flag down. At number 21, that's wide receiver Colton Wolstead.
Did he have what do they call that, a clipping or a...
He was way behind the play, but he was the runner on the previous one, and then faked it to him this time.
Oh, it was an offense or a pass interference call on the Bulldogs. That's one way to get a first down. Whatever works to see if you can get your offense rolling a little bit. It's been a struggle so far for the Lights. Maybe this will be the spark that they need to get some offense going. They didn't score last week against Carroll. They've been held scoreless so far by the Bulldogs. Run up the middle by Bradley. Nice first down yardage, about 3 or 4 yards on the carry. On the stop was Reese Stanich of the Bulldogs from Bozeman, Montana. Bozeman High School, 5'9" senior.
And Josh Cordes blocked him right into the tackle, and then the two of them got up and shook hands as they both kind of stumbled back to their own huddles.
So second and about 7. Another pitch, and the Bulldogs read it good. Not much of a return.
Just couldn't get around the corner on that one. So they're gonna be down to 7. No, 3rd and 8.
That was Aleha Williams in on the carry. And I notice, we have a Leonards on the team. I wonder if he's related to Ron Leonards, who was a Bulldog football player back in the late 60s, early 70s.
And Leonards is another one of those players from Dutton, or Power.
Oh, he just right through the hands of a Northern receiver.
And that was Roman Bradley. He was open down the sideline. I don't know how many sprinters would have been able to catch him.
So another costly error on the Lights halts another, what might have been a promising series of downs.
All right, so is the defense that good, or is Northern just struggling today?
Guess you'd have to talk to the coaches on that.
Oh, much better punt than the last two.
Norse just catches it, looks around. Now he's going to turn on the Jets. And then the Northern special teams catches up and brings him down.
Manuel Valriz had a good block out there, and I think Eli went the wrong direction. Should have hit to the sideline.
Well, you make sure you tell him that.
I will, yeah.
I think you might have an inch on him.
I might have to call it in.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs now. Ball marked smack dab in the middle of the football field at the 50. 1st and 10.
That's a great thing about this new field. The coaches don't have to go out there and line the field every home game.
No.
Oh.
That used to be a fun thing, especially on the winter games.
Yes. Scrape the snow off first.
Blandry back to pass.
Figueroa.
And Kirkley, Figueroa with the wide open, but we see another flag come flying from the sidelines.
What? There's nobody there. And there are 2 flags.
Huh. Other.
Called it for holding.
Well, what are they down there marking the ball for? When they're,
I don't know.
I don't understand. Do you understand?
The Bulldogs ended up with a 12-yard gain. It had to be against.
It had to have been a holding call on the Lights on the pass. But Figueroa. Huh. You'd think with the gain he had, they would have turned the penalty down.
Yeah.
But okay. First and 10.
Maybe it was automatic.
Charlton tries the left side of the Lights defense. He picked up respectable yardage, about 3 yards. So it will be 2nd and 7 from the Lights 35-yard line. Kirkley way out to one side and Norse way out to the other side. Quick toss to Norse. He comes off the block of Figueroa and down for, looks like he picked up the first bound. But you know, when Bob Beers coached, he was big on his receivers blocking. One of those receivers was Ryan Norse.
Yep.
So he's carrying over his receivers block. First and 10, Bulldogs at the Northern 25-yard line. Glad they're doing this in even numbers. Appreciate that. Hand off to Charlton. Oh, nothing up the middle. Nothing but Northern defenders is it. In on the tackle, a guy who's been on the tackle a lot, 47 for the Lights, and
that's Duncan Hinstra.
And he's been a busy guy. He's been their Mr. Everywhere on the Field guy on defense. 2nd and 10. Oh, and we have the 2-minute timeout. So we'll be back with the final 2 minutes of the first half, and we'll do it after these notes on the Bulldog Sports Network.
St. Regis, and I don't know where what the situation
We're back
is.
at Bulldog Stadium. Mike, continue.
Well, I was going to just say, number 38 down here, right in front of us, Caleb Ball is from St. Regis, Montana, and St. Regis co-ops with Mullen, Idaho, and they play in the Idaho League, and they go over the pass for practice and for games.
First and 10, or excuse me, 2nd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Naked backfield. Palandri all by himself tosses out. Let's see now.
That's Colton Cornwell.
And he picks up nice yardage, makes an average third down situation. 3rd and about 5.
So we're beginning to see some substitutions coming in.
Ryan Sullivan, the new women's basketball coach, just popped in. He's going to talk to us at halftime.
He's bigger than a horse. He doesn't pop in. He just comes in the door.
I was being polite. Palandri rolls out, looking for someone, and he got hit from behind. It looked like somebody hit his arm, and no.
We're talking about Ryan here. I am so old that I coached against his mother. She was a 3-time All-Stater, state champion, Class C girls basketball in Outlook, Montana. And Dad is from Fairview, Montana. And your mom's in Sydney? Yep, still in Sydney. Yep. And Ryan, of course, coming over from Washington.
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Kick is up, and kick is good. So The freshman from Billings is perfect today. 4 for 4 with PAT and 1 of 1 for a field goal. And that gives the Bulldogs a 31-0 lead with 1:10 left to play in the first half. And we'll be back with that final minute and 10 seconds, and we'll do it after these messages on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium for the final 1 minute and 10 seconds of play. Bulldogs kicking off again, and Mr. McBerkley, who just booted a field goal, will be doing the honors of kicking off. And so far, Isaiah Woodley, the one return specialist, camped in the end zone over there. He's watched it 4-5 times already just go over his head.
And he's in the end zone right now, so he's got a good view. He knows whether he's going to even try to return that beast or not.
Here comes the kick.
Yeah, that one's not.
Oh, he just kicked a field goal. In Canada, I think if you do that, it's worth points, or maybe in one of those spring leagues they had or something like that on a kickoff. If you kick the field goal, you get points, which, I guess it adds fan excitement, but we'll see if the Lights can get something going in this final minute of play. It's been basically red and black with white numbers all of the first half. Bulldogs leading right now 31-0. And as Mike said, I think we're going to start seeing a few new Bulldogs in on the field. So 1st and 10 Lights. And somebody moved too fast or something happened. Clock
run out, maybe. I can't see the clock from unless I squat down here and look around the corner.
Well, something against the Lights. Or is it? Oh, I hear the official say, please reset the game clock. Yeah. Seems like there's clock issues on every level of sports, not just down here. Platt goes out, and he's going to, he was a little underthrowing to Tim Arnold, but Tim Arnold let the receiver kind of run by, and he just stopped and waited for the ball to come back to him.
That was Brady Mounts on the coverage.
So that's the Lights' biggest gain of the game, and maybe they can put points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, it didn't go quite as far as I thought, only to the 44.
1st and 10 from the Lights 44. Blatt back to pass again, and this time he's going to go nowhere except to the ground as he is sacked. And I'm trying to see who, Tyler Walker, the junior or the senior from Dillon, in on the sack. So Mr. Walker picks up the sack, and it was a good size sack. 11-yard loss or so.
Was it 98?
You pointed it out.
It's either that or Devin Crow.
We'll say both of them got it, and they can work it out. Regardless, a sack.
Yeah, Walker's.
And now Northern wants timeout. So now, what do you do? What are you going to do? Defensively with what is it? 24 seconds left in the clock.
Well, I hate the prevent defense. The team has held Northern to, except for that one pass, they have been able to stop the passing game, and I'm assuming they're going to try to throw a Hail Mary somewhere in the next 24 seconds. But I hate to go into the prevent defense and give up 10 yards here, 12 yards here, and then down to 6 seconds left on the clock and give him a shot at a field goal. I want to put some pressure on him. He's already rolling out to get away from the pressure, and Walker ran him down this last time. But I just hate the idea of going to the prevent defense, although coaches do it all the time because they hate to give up that long pass at the end of the ball, at the end of half or the ball game.
Okay, let's see if they can get something going. Second, and we'll call a trip to Melrose or further for Lights first down. 24 seconds on the clock.
It's about 18 yards, isn't it?
Yeah. Long way. And we have another penalty. They're trying to stretch this out as long as possible. Pass is completed and pushed out of bounds over there at about the Western 48, but we'll see where it is, and it was back here.
Was somebody offside? Yeah.
Was it Western or Northern? Nope, they're pointing to Western, so that play will stand.
Yeah. Mufich pushed him out of bounds.
So it didn't pick up the first down, but it got a whole big chunk of yardage back, so it will make third down a lot easier to make with 15 seconds. Oh, and Platt is surrounded by Bulldogs, a whole bunch of them that time. Mufich also getting up is Devin Crow. And I think nope, wasn't Tyler Walker. It was 93 also got up off the bottom of that pile. But
it's Liam Rowe.
Oh, and that, I guess they're going to let it go. That's it. One half of football in the books. Our score, Montana Western 31, MSU-Northern nothing. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and then we'll be back to visit with Bulldogs' new head women's basketball coach, Ryan Sullivan. All that coming up next on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog State. I keep wanting to say Vigilante Field. Even though I've been here for a whole year, it's still hard. But Bulldog Stadium, and Ryan Sullivan, the new head women's basketball coach of Montana Western, is joining us. Welcome, Ryan.
Thanks, Wally. It's been a whirlwind and getting settled in, and it's just nice to be at the stadium for the first time back too. Like, this is a pretty cool deal. So yeah, exciting.
Well, you were one of those multi-sport athletes in your tenure at Western. You played football. You didn't get to play on anything like this. You had that nice, soft vigilante field to play on.
Yeah, the Vig is, I think, cool in its own regard, but this is much more of a college atmosphere for sure, and having that, just being able to just walk from the locker rooms here on campus to the field it's just pretty impressive what's been going on here in the last couple of years.
Well, and we'll switch gears and we'll get back to the main topic, and that's women's basketball. You took over. Was May your first official month or June your first official month?
First official month was June, but we were recruiting through April, so it was trying to do two jobs, basically finishing the school year in Sheridan, Wyoming, and then trying to make sure we were getting some kids on campus throughout those spring months where it was huge. Yeah.
Didn't you have something else happen this summer too, of some kind of significance?
Yeah, my wife now. I got married on July 2nd, and Danny is in the throes of volleyball season right now. She's in Gillette, Wyoming, playing a little jamboree down there right now. So got married, and she's the biggest reason why everything worked out this spring. So obviously very thankful for her, and I think I'm pretty sure I got the right one, man. She's pretty incredible.
Well, and we have a volleyball alum, Kelsey Goddard, is in Sheridan, and I'm trying to think, she just had a job at Sheridan High School, and she is something liaison for helping kids get ready for college.
Yeah, that actually sounds really familiar now that you say that. I think she works with the upperclassmen to get applied for scholarships and stuff like that, and kind of map out those next couple years for those guys at Sheridan High School. So yeah, I actually forgot that had happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a pretty good volleyball player too.
I don't know.
Just only was on a team that beat the #1 team in the nation, so that's not bad.
It's a good resume builder.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Well, let's get back to recruiting. You've got the Dillon field too. You have Wes Knox as your assistant coach, and like you said, you hit the ground running. How did those recruiting days go? I mean, you were on fast forward. You needed a team. You needed to get everybody together on the same page, but the recruiting came first.
Yeah, that was probably the thing I was grilled most on in the interview process too, was the recruiting part, just because I haven't ever done it before. So, just had to. Fortunately, we have some connections to some people that were able to help us find some young women that could come out here, and we signed 4 this spring and summer, and I think we might actually have one more coming that's going to be enrolled in Block 2 next week. So. Yeah, we got 5 new ones on campus, and then 2 freshmen that had signed previously to me getting hired, and then I think we're to about 15 total girls right now, and they've been awesome. Their attitudes have been great, and they've been working really hard. We had our first week of condo and weights. Both. We started weights 2 weeks ago, but we had our first week of condo this week, so they busted their tail this week, and now they're working the football game this Saturday too.
Well, it's nice because it's a lot different taking over a job at a place you know absolutely nothing about. That had to have been a little bit of a plus on your side being hired, but you already knew something about the culture of women's basketball at Western, so
yeah.
It wasn't probably hard. You remembered all that other stuff.
Yeah, no, it's really having the previous coaches here, it's really an honor to be able to follow in their footsteps, and close with all 3 of them, like all 3 of them personally, and I actually texted Wooly I think 2 weeks ago and said, man, it's getting old living in your shadow here. I see your face plastered all over the campus, and he said, well, that's how I lived with Kevin Inglet for my first couple years too. So there's obviously a tradition here, and it's really impressive, and just what's been built here.
Well, and you I noticed at the tailgate. You were talking to Kevin England,
yeah.
and I when I came up, I overheard a little bit, and you guys weren't talking about where the best fishing place was.
No.
You were already talking basketball and recruiting and whatnot.
Yeah, Kevin, I don't know why I ever stopped coaching, quite honestly. The guy still lives for it, So, yeah, anytime you get to pick his brain, he's got something for you, and obviously I got to be really receptive to that guy because he knows what he's doing.
Okay, so when do you officially begin practice?
September 15th, I believe, is our start date. So we're coming up on it, yeah. And then obviously we'll our first game is November 1st, and we have a brutal non-conference schedule, which is good for us because nothing gets easier in our conference either. So might as well go through it a little bit at the beginning of the season, and just we'll open up with Southern Oregon, who was a really good team last year and it's a quality program, and then we'll play Kyle Erickson's squad here on that Sunday, November 2nd, College of Idaho, and it'll be nice to see KE again, and I know he's doing great at College of Idaho, so should be fun.
Well, you realize that that's that Bulldog coaching network you were talking about. I mean, you got another guy at College of Idaho who won a couple of national championships.
Yep.
And they talk about the success in the business world is networking, but I'm guessing that the parameters are the same in the coaching world as well.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable what happens at this campus. It seems like you leave here and you're primed to go have success somewhere in coaching. It seems like it's the network and the extensions from Montana Western that you see at the prep level and the college level and all the way down in Nevada too. Like it's everywhere. So obviously we're pretty fortunate to have those connections and people we can lean on and have that red and black in spirit in other campuses right now.
Well, I know Casey Keltz, when he was coaching, and he had some pretty good success as a coach on the collegiate level. You talked about your hard non-conference schedule. That was kind of Casey's game plan every year. He would schedule as hard a games as he could for his guys to play because he said then they're going to be ready for the Frontier.
Yeah, and with the expansion of the conference this year, there's just not a lot of games you got to schedule out of conference. We have 22, I think, games in our conference that we'll be obviously really, really busy with from the middle of November on, but making sure you have quality opponents, and again, so Southern Oregon, College of Idaho, really quality teams, and we'll actually go down to LC State the next weekend, and that's they're really good too. So try and make life as hard as you can early on in the season, so we kind of know what we're in for when we get into that conference schedule.
Well, and then the other plus factor of the conference expanding the way it is, I mean, there were some times that you guys, men and women, both teams, might only play 3 or 4 home games, if that many, before conference started. The rest of it was on the road. Now with the conference season, with all the additional conference teams, basketball fans in the Dillon area are going to see lots of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, we kind of want to log the miles we're going to travel this season to keep track of that. Might be interesting just because we will be going to Nebraska and the Dakotas and North, just we're going to be busy. We're going to be moving a lot, but it'll be nice to have those home games for sure, and hopefully we get you guys out here to come watch us.
Don't you have a cousin that's coaching in the Dakotas that you're going to – I don't think you'll be coaching against. I think he coaches the men's team at Dickinson.
Yeah, the job he's done there is impressive. I think they won their first conference championship outright for, I think, since like 2001 or something like that last season. So Derek's in Dickinson and crushing there, and he's asking me for the scouting report on Pat, and Pat's asking me for the scouting report on Dickinson State, and so I'm just trying to stay out of it, make sure I stay out of that one.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Derek. What? Please talk. Please say louder. So anyway. Well, Mr. Sullivan, thank you very much for coming up and visiting with us. Ryan, good luck. I know you're going to do a great job. It's good to have the dogs come home. That was one of those things that for over the years when you got a Bulldog to come back and coach at his alma mater, that's special.
Yeah, it's an awesome place to be, and just thankful for my years here, and I'm glad I get to be back and do something else here on campus and have a little bit of a different role. So obviously we're excited about it, but we got work to do, and that's the most important thing for us right now. So we're getting to work, and we're going to get ready for the season. Okay, well, thanks. Ryan Sullivan, head women's basketball coach at Montana Western. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with more stuff at halftime on the Bulldog Sports Network.
We are back at Bulldog Stadium getting ready to go for the second half of football. Had modern technology problems. The computer, you remember the days when we used to do it with hand? You still didn't have halftime stats because it took you the whole halftime to add everything up. So when we get at stats, we'll kind of fill in a little bit here and there as the game goes on. But bottom line, 31-0 Bulldogs. They pretty much dominated both sides of the ball. Northern had some bright spots, but they couldn't stay consistent after those bright spots.
Yeah, and Montana Northern was listed as the lowest ranked team in the preseason voting by the coaches, at least for the Eastern Division. And Montana Western, of course, as we said, was the top of the West Division. This new Frontier Conference is amazing. As you brought out the lists of all the teams for the West Division, Montana Western will play Southern Oregon, College of Idaho, Carroll College from up in Helena, Eastern Oregon, Arizona Christian, and Simpson University of California.
And we're getting ready for the kickoff. Remember, Western won the toss but deferred, and so they get the ball first up. And, there was a little surprise there getting the kickoff return. That's Kirkley.
That is Jonathan Kirkley.
He picks it up. It was a short kick, and there was three people back there to pick up the kick. One of them happened to be one of the better receivers on the team.
And he took it out here to about the 20.
Well, that's nice. That's
yard
nice
line.
when you get one of your first kick returns and you get positive yardage.
Yeah. Kirkley can do an awful lot of things. He is a very, very talented young man.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Ball is marked at about the 29.5-yard line. And a quick toss out to, I'm trying to see who that is. That Figueroa? Or is that?
That's Norris. Nope, that's Shook.
Well, we had 4 chances and
Yes.
we missed on 2 of them.
Well, I looked and saw Eli, and I said it had to be Shook. And
So-
look, they're going without the huddle.
So no huddle offense by the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the 50.
Which means they will have a lot of offensive plays by the end of the ball game.
Kirkley in motion. Now he comes back and sets. Palandri back. And a nice catch by Kirkley. A short gain, but it's still a nice catch. And I'm looking at the coaches over there, and there's 2 different signals. And I'm not sure which is which, but whichever it was, we have a play. 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Handoff to Charlton. He saw a the hole closed, and he went outside, and that made it even worse because he was brought down for no gain at all.
Excuse me.
Maybe even an inch loss.
Spencer Lahrens, one of the guys from Power, 5'9", 175 pound. I think he's the senior.
So 3rd and 7 now for Montana Western. First possession of the second half. Bulldogs leading 31-0. Palandri to Kirkley. Big Kirkley jumps up. That wasn't Kirkley.
No.
That was a tight end. One of your favorite tight end
Matt
boys.
here.
Yeah. And he jumped up. Of course, he doesn't have to jump very high to get taller than us. He's 6'3".
But he weighs 235 pounds. I don't want to be a defensive back trying to tackle him as he's coming across the
You've been an advocate to use the tight end more for a long time.
I like the tight end.
Did you happen to talk to Ryan and he actually listened to you? Or?
No. He knows better than that.
Oh, Palandri overshot his receiver. Shook was the intended receiver, but it was 3 or 4 feet over his head and out of bounds.
But Shook was behind the defense.
Yeah, there was 3 DBs back there, and Shook was behind all of them. So Kirkley is going all by himself out to the left, and Shook and Norse to the right. In motion is here. He gets on the other side. Palandri, quick turn out to Norse. Norse finds a little room, but he's not going to pick up the first down. And nice job, sportsmanship job. He was tackled by Braden Klein of the Lights, and Mr. Klein helped him up off the ground.
Big Sandy, Montana. Who's the most famous person you know from Big Sandy, Montana?
Somebody that played basketball.
No.
Ivan Doig.
No. And it's not John Tester either, the former senator.
And we have a penalty. So that nice catch went for naught. And it's now 2nd and 15. The penalty flag has...
He's hurt us badly.
Yeah.
It's the guy that from Pearl Jam.
Oh, Eddie Vedder. Oh, the guitar player.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm a big Pearl Jam fan. Charlton, ooh, he picked up some nice yardage, maybe 3 or 4 yards before Wiley snapped him.
And that's another guy from Big Sandy.
Yeah, who happens to be the punter too. So 3rd and long. This is probably the first 3rd and long situation for Montana Western all afternoon. So good job by the Lights defense with a little help from a Bulldog penalty. And it's 3rd and about 13 for a Bulldog first down. Palandri back to pass. Here comes the Lights. But it didn't for not because Norse was wide open. There was no Lights in anywhere around him till about 5 yards after he caught the ball, and he's all the way down to the 7-yard line of MSU-Northern.
Brought down by Giovanni Ania for the Lights. I hope that I'm pronouncing those names even close. I apologize to family and friends.
Well, I think you did okay because you got a pronunciation guide.
Yes, and a darn good one.
Yeah.
So our thanks to the sports information director up at Montana State Northern.
Palandri chased out of the pocket, and he finds lots of green in front of him, and he falls into the end zone, and they're going to say he was down at the 1.
Yeah, because he fumbled the ball away, and that ball hit the ground, and, of course, ground can't cause a fumble.
So it will be 1st and goal Bulldogs at about, is it on the 1-yard line or the 1-inch line? It's on the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal there for the Bulldogs. That happened really fast. Palandri all of a sudden was back to pass, and then he was gone. I think that was a design play.
I wonder if he'll take this in himself.
Charlton, the setback with Palandri in the backfield. Oh, and a loss. Nice defense by Spencer Leonards. He got out there in a hurry, and that's about a 4-yard loss. I think that it's all the way back. Oh, it's even bigger loss.
It's out to the 5-yard line. So, yeah, somebody missed a block out there on that corner.
And he came in pretty much untouched. So 2nd and goal now for the Lights, or excuse me, for the Bulldogs. Palandri back to pass. Chased out a little quick. Oh, and
that's to Landon?
I think so. He just kind of, there was nobody defending over there, and he didn't even run in. He walked in. So another breakdown in that Lights defensive backfield results in a Bulldog touchdown and ups their lead 37-0 with the extra point try coming. McLean Berkeley will put the extra point up. Kick is up, and kick is good. So, with 9:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter, it's Montana Western 38, MSU Northern nothing. We'll be back with the Bulldog kickoff after these messages on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are back at Bulldog Stadium, ready for the Bulldog kickoff. You know, Matthew Hare, we were talking about him lately. I read our questionnaire. Guess what his favorite movie is?
I don't know.
Rocky.
Oh.
That's old school.
Dun, 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 dun.
Isn't that the Lone Ranger? And I like this. He's got good taste in movies. Anchorman is his favorite movie.
Ooh, a short one.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it was shorter than before, but not that much. Instead of going into the end zone, it fell on the end zone line. Regardless, no return. That looks good in the kicker stat book. So let's look at I still see a lot of Bulldog starters out there, so.
Yeah, Fitzgerald. Now, Briggs Duham, as a sophomore out of Lewiston, Idaho, he is out there. Isn't that him, number 27?
Landry Azuna, too. I see him out there. He hasn't played much. Call him Dre for short.
Yeah.
And the Bulldog interior wraps up the lights ball carrier right away. A couple of yards pickup, but not anything more than that. So good play on the defensive interior.
Keegan Mufich coming in from that linebacker position.
Senior out of Butte. Second and 8 now for the Lights, trailing 38-0. Oh, this time, big yardage, and we'll see it's a foot race and brought down. Oh, that was a great.
That's Briggs. Briggs Duham. And we've got a penalty flag, 1-2, back here at the 30-yard line.
So I'm guessing this may be coming back. Nope, they're saying it's against Western. Well, they got officials pointing in a different direction, so we'll see.
A block below the waist by the defense.
Why is a defender blocking?
Trying to take out the blocking, the lead blockers. Yeah, now that one, those penalties, and you know, I talked with a fan at halftime, and he said that just like last year, the Bulldogs have a propensity for those penalties.
Did he use that word?
I had to look that one up myself. No. Just don't ask me to spell it. So this is a great. Let's put them in great position to score.
Finally break that scoring drought. Put maybe their first points on the board for the 2025 season. Remember they went scoreless last week against Carroll. And we have a new quarterback too, Kendall O'Neill in.
Yeah, Tyler Walker with the original hit. That was Williams from, was it Manoa Valley and out in Hawaii?
So 2nd and 6, we'll call the long 6. And looks like the Lights have changed up their quarterbacks for the half. Platt is no longer in. It is Kendall O'Neill, 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore from Arlee, Montana, and he goes down. There was a breakthrough on the offensive line, and in very, very quickly was Liam Rowe.
And I think that, he fell straight backwards. O'Neill straight backwards, knowing he was about to get hit. Arlee's from up my neck of the woods. They play in the same league, I believe, as the Plains Horsemen.
And I think there's a few Western graduates sprinkled around their education system up there.
And we've got a timeout on the field.
Well, timeout on the floor or field, whichever you prefer. Our score, Bulldogs 38, Lights nothing, but looking to get on the scoreboard, and we'll find out after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Back at Bulldog Stadium, it is third and about 8 now, 7.5, something like that. Exact measurements are just need. We just know that the Lights need to get on the scoreboard, and I think they just did.
I think they just did too.
No, he could not control it. So good defense by the Bulldog defenders.
That was Devin Shelton.
And Reese Stanich back there defending. And so that is, there was a penalty. I'm saying 3rd and 7. It's 3rd and 13. So there must have been a 5-yard penalty in that last series.
Yeah,
but they still have 3rd down over. They had 3rd down before.
And now they've just turned it to 4th down. 4th down territory, there's not going to be a field goal attempt.
No, they want on the board. And then trust your defense not to give up anything. So 4th and 13 for the Lights. Kendall O'Neill at quarterback. And he rolls out, and he's hit by one receiver, then one defender, then another, and it looks like Tyler Walker in on the pile and getting up off the bottom.
Was that Fitzgerald that hit him first?
Yeah, and then Liam Rowe also contributed. So 3 Bulldog defenders sent the. Actually, they have better field position now if they would have taken over there.
Yep. Fitzgerald wearing the number 18 Legacy jersey.
Representing Engine 18 very, very well.
And the legacy of MJ McGinley, or
Simpkins. You were close.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Bulldogs. Hand off to Charlton. Charlton's had a busy day today. He doesn't pick up much, as there was a good job by the Northern defenders. Mineo Tupou getting up off the bottom of the pile again. He's had a good day.
He's a big man, isn't he?
Yeah, 340 pounds.
I'm very polite to him.
So 2nd and 6. Palandry back to pass. Quick little out to Kirkley. Kirkley breaks one tackle, falls out of bounds at about the 41-yard line, depending on where they spot it. And it's good enough for a Bulldog 1st down.
Yeah, he hit Tyshawn Rain, bounced off of him, and went another 5 yards.
He works for my nephew in the summertime, spraying weeds. Palandry back to pass again. Ooh. And he just does the smart thing and throws it out of bounds. Good defensive by Damoni Wright. He chased Palandry. Also, our buddy Manese Tupou. Is it shaking? Is the ground shaking as he runs off? He's
You know, he moved pretty fast
Yeah.
for a man 350 pounds.
Oh, you gave him 10 pounds, only 340.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Ball marked at their own 41-yard line. Palandri back to pass. Oh, and open is Kirkley, and he catches the ball at the 50 exactly.
He got one-handed that one.
Yeah, Tyshawn Rain was standing there, but nothing happened. Also, Michael Watkins over there. So, nope, they're going to say he didn't. He was pushed out of bounds before he made the first down. So it is 3rd and about a yard and a half for a Bulldog first down. Handoff to Charlton, finds a hole and picks up the first down. Or did he?
Just barely, if he did.
It looked like he had it, but then
yeah,
they're going
the
to.
linesman is saying he made it.
Yeah, I thought he had it, but I spoke too soon.
He was pushed back though.
Now it's 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the MSU-Northern 49. Handoff to, nope, that's Charlton again. Kind of weaves his way through the interior of that northern line for a couple of yards. Alphonse Joseph off the bottom of the pile for the Lights. Hey, by the way, we need to pick Sparky's player of the game. Player of the game on offense and defense. Special teams is easy. Wide open. Kirkley wide open, and now he picks up even about 10, 11 more yards as he runs out of bounds at about the 18. Let's see where they mark it. They mark it at the 19. So 1st and 10 Bulldogs. You know, the Lights tighten up, and then they let something like that happen.
Yeah, and Kirkley just goes through. He gets behind the linebacker, settles in before the corners of the safeties can step up to him, and then he's tricky enough he can outrun him.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the Northern 19. Palandri avoids one tackle, and now he passes over to Kirkley again. Kirkley's turned out to be his safety valve. And
Palandri had to run for his life there for a second, and he just slams on the brakes and turns around 180 degrees.
About a yard and a half short of a Bulldog first down. They are in the red zone, though.
Okay, we know Kirkley can catch the ball. Let's throw it to somebody else.
Kirkley's, like I said, a safety valve. And we got new running back.
That's Gavin Vetter out of Butte.
Another Butte Bulldog playing for the Bulldogs.
Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. He's a junior.
And I think that's a no gainer. Maybe they're going to give him a length of a football on that one. So 3rd and 1.5 for a Bulldog first down.
Going to do it again.
And this time I think he's going to be successful as he is down to the 5-yard line.
No hesitation. He got the ball, and just like a gut shot ape, he was straight ahead, playing down field.
So 1st and goal, Bulldogs, and they're going to give it to him again. And he stood up at about the 3-yard line. So it's been the Kirkley and Palandri show from the air.
Oh, I don't think he made it in.
No, he said they stopped him about the 1-yard line. And Palandri looks over and saying, are we going to go again? Oh, it's 3rd. I thought that was 3rd down. That's what I get for thinking.
as Ryan said, hey, I'm going to get Vetter a touchdown.
Do you see? I don't see a field goal here. Do you?
No. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be Michael Palandri who's going to carry it in himself. So touchdown, Palandri, and the Bulldogs up their lead 44-0. Berkeley will come in to attempt the extra point.
Mufich is the holder, isn't he?
I believe so. Kick is up, and kick is good. So, is that 11 or 1? The clock is getting harder. It must be 1. I was going to say the third quarter's been on for a while. With 1:44 left to play in the third quarter, it's Montana Western 45, MSU-Northern nothing. Back with the Bulldog kickoff on the Bulldog Sports Network. Went to get a drink of water, and here's the kickoff. Bulldogs kicking it off again. This is a little shorter, and it's returnable. Woodley's got it.
Oh, and there's a penalty.
At the 20, couple of penalties, couple yellow flags fly out. Woodley got his first kickoff return. And I think is it gonna come forward or backwards?
It's got to come back.
I think the lights were they forgot what they were supposed to do for a second.
It looked like they were holding. All right, just looking down here. That's Caden LaPlante. He is warming up. I am guessing he is going to come out and start the second half, or
fourth quarter. Well, you don't want to get anybody hurt in a runaway victory. Nobody likes to have the runaway victory, especially if you're the victim of it. But it also gives teams chances for players that might not see action a little time. And boy, the lights are all the way back to their own 8-yard line. 1st and 10 from there.
Starters in for the Bulldogs.
I'm thinking and there's a sack right about the one.
Oh, he got out.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh. Now that is a tough kid.
Yeah,
that is a tough kid.
He left his helmet back in the scrum.
Ethan Maroney running without a helmet, ripped off probably in the end zone. He's a Canadian. He's tough.
So he's the third quarterback that has played for the Lights.
And just a freshman out of Winnipeg, Canada.
So third and, oh my goodness, a long ways to go for a first down. Northern camped deep in their own territory.
Oh!
Somebody broke away from the pack. Kendall O'Neill. He got all that yardage back and then some from Arlee, Montana.
Jace Fitzgerald with the tackle. Block forces the corner out.
So nice quarterback keeper results in lots of yardage and gets the Lights out from their deep part of their own country. They now have a little breathing room to work with. Oh, and another sack, and this one is
Tyler Schoen.
Yeah.
An old sugar beater. I believe I met his family this last football season.
So big loss. And it's about, 20 yards?
Yeah.
It's about a 10-yard.
Almost.
Oh, and
Yeah.
that's the end of the third quarter. So with 3 quarters in the book, our score, Montana Western 45, MSU-Northern 0. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium, and Mike is asking me if I bought I didn't realize it was worth that much. Lottery ticket? I wouldn't know what to do with all that money.
I could help you. I could become your financial advisor.
Hey, it could be the Wally Felt Bulldog Stadium.
Yes. They would reach out to touch you. Oh, good tackle there by Mufich.
No, that's not Mufich.
Number 5?
And then there's number 10 is coming our way too. Or 18. That's probably Jace Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Fitzgerald has the pads on his arm. You can get a mean burn sliding along this turf.
Third and long for the Lights. Back to pass. And he's going. He fumbles the ball. Oh, my goodness. He fumbled it, but it fumbled behind the Bulldog, who was on his side instead of his back. And it could have very easily been a Bulldog possession down there, but it will be result.
I think that's Nathan Rodriguez, number 67. He came away with the recovery.
We have Eli Norse not returning a punt. It's
Good.
Seth Shook out there.
Shook there. Is this Figueroa?
I think so. He won't turn and show us his number. No. Another nice booming punt.
No, that's Coulter Cornwell.
And it goes.
Get away, get away, get away.
Still excellent field possession for the Bulldogs. We were talking about the rest of the action. There was a game Thursday, and sorry I didn't get the score. It was Augsburg University of Minnesota. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
They played at Valley City State. And then today, it's Northern at Western, Montana Tech at Carroll, Mayville State at Concordia, Minnesota, Fort Lewis, Colorado at Arizona Christian, College of Idaho, and that's it. Oh, no. See, I need this proof more than once.
Nebraska Wesleyan.
Yeah, at Dakota State of South Dakota, and Southern Oregon at Western Oregon. You know, Western Oregon used to be an NAIA school, along with Willamette, a lot of those Washington schools, and then they all decided they would be better off being an NCAA school. And the Grizzlies play tonight.
I think the Bobcats do as well. 6 o'clock.
This will be the Grizzlies' first game. Bobcats, it was not fun last week watching them against Oregon. And right here in Dillon, as we begin the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, it is Montana Western pitching a shutout, 45-0 against MSU-Northern. And let's see, do we have a new quarterback? We do have a new quarterback,
yep. It is. It's Caden LaPlante. He's from Granite Falls, Washington. And he is just a freshman.
And he's back to pass. And
a nice ball.
Over to Cornwell, the freshman from San Antonio, Texas.
You remember Randy Cornwell?
Yeah.
Was he a quarterback for the Bulldogs back in the...
Among other, no, I think he was a lineman, maybe a defensive lineman.
I was thinking he was
Second and a long 5 for the Bulldogs. New quarterback, Caden LaPlante. And right through the hands of the Bulldog receiver.
That's Cody Isaacson. Cody Isaacson, a redshirt junior out of Moscow, Idaho. Went to Moscow High School. Largest classification of athletics in the state, I think.
3rd and 5 for Montana Western. Back to pass, Plant over there. And little high for Cornwell. So, and we got to remember they got to get their timing right. So they are forced to punt. We get to see McLean Berkeley punt for the first time.
Well, he averaged 41 yards a punt last week.
Nice punt. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for Spencer Leonards.
That's Van Kampen. And do you see the little flag down here at the 40-yard line?
Do you think somebody just dropped it?
A
yellow hanky? And if against the Bulldogs, I can imagine what one of the agenda items is on Ryan Norse's post-game chat.
Holding. Yeah.
Against the lights. So we're going to see a whole bunch of new players, I bet you.
Well, Coach Sauer has seen his share of losses. I think they've only won one ball game in the last 2 years. And he was the defensive coordinator on the Grizzlies national championship game back in 1995.
And a longtime coach at Northern Arizona.
And now you'll have to correct me, but I believe at one time he held the Big Sky record for victories, coaching victories.
Correct.
Until Bobby Houck broke it.
Correct.
Yeah. So he's an outstanding coach.
Good friend of my friend Bob Beers's too.
Oh.
Somebody broke it. That was a nice run.
Brought down by Reese Stanish. Reese getting an opportunity to play.
I'm thinking the offensive coordinator for Northern is probably saying, we should have had Kendall O'Neill in sooner.
Well, Cole Flugie is in the middle there. And I'm looking Tyson Beckles.
So 1st and 10 lights. Ball is marked at their 41.
Sawyer Holm is number 34. The Bulldogs have a lot of new guys.
And high snap over the head, and he still gets out of trouble and passes it all the way down the field. And they're going to say, no problem, that was uncatchable. But you got to hand it to him, to O'Neill, for picking up that and tried to make something out of what could have been a horrible situation. But it is 2nd and 10 now for MSU-Northern.
We'll try and pick up some of these other names as they Deegan Matson is a defensive back from Townsend. He's out there for the Bulldogs.
And there was another high snap, and that helped the Bulldog front line get in there. So 3rd and about 14 for the Lights. Lights trailing 45-0.
Oh.
Boy, he got hit as he threw it, but he still almost completed that pass. Kendall O'Neill is playing big-time football all of a sudden. A little too late, though.
Tim Arnold was out there. He was the intended receiver. Look, there's not a single lineman down. Everybody is standing up on this rush. And, that one is going to go almost nowhere.
Well, that girl up sitting right across in the berm with the white T-shirt,
yeah,
it went right to her.
Was that touched? Now we've got a late penalty. Somebody said something to somebody.
Well, with this kind of game, tempers are a little short. I think he's talking to. The officials are talking. I don't know if that's Jerome's over there or not. They're talking to.
I would think it is.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
We'll find out as the officials.
Personal foul. So somebody just got the boot. And we can't hear, but someone for the second time had been called for a personal foul.
So it must have been the one that got it with the force down here.
So he has been ejected from the ball game.
And I think he has to sit out the first half of the next game.
And I don't think he has to go to the locker room.
Nope.
In high school, they don't let you go to the locker room all by yourself. Coach has to go with you.
Yeah, they don't do it in college. They did at first, but that has changed.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
So Gavin Vetter is the running back, number 32.
Ball marked at the Northern 25. Got to pick up on some of those new offensive linemen, too.
Yeah, Lane Comey out of Missoula. He is out there, number 78.
Right over the top. Jigs and jugs and turns and twists and makes some yardage before he finally wrestled down was Cornwell for the Bulldogs. I mean, he had lots of moves. Leonard's finally got him down. Or it wasn't Leonard's, it was, Crawford Terry who finally got him down. But nice positive gain. Caden LaPlante at quarterback for Montana Western. We got a flag though. It's a touchdown, but I think we got a.
Yeah, I think a penalty here, probably a hold. Yeah, and that has got to be a point of discussion.
So DJ Jackson now in on the offensive line for the Bulldogs. Ethan Larson also in.
And we don't have a 60 on our roster, but he is the new center. And Dylan Chrisman, sophomore out of Helena.
So first and holy moly, they need a rest stop in between to get to the first down marker for Montana Western. Quick out to Figueroa. He's down to the 25-yard line before Northern defenders get to him. Leonard's was one of them. Also in on the stop,
Michael Watkins, isn't it?
Jackson Kink too, 47. We have careful when we look at the roster that's not on our depth chart, because Northern has a lot of kids wearing the same number.
Yeah. Oh, he's got plenty of time. Oh! He did a somersault in the air, and it went off. Went between his hands, a little above his hands, I guess. That's Cody Isaacson.
And he landed hard. And
yeah.
Zach McCarthy, one of the Western athletic trainers, was quickly saying, "You okay?"
Now, can you imagine you doing that?
Not even.
Again?
Yeah. Yeah. I've done it once. It hurt. And I didn't have Zach McCarthy around to save me.
Comes the rush. Okay. And
another fly. Now, where'd that one come from?
I believe they're going to. That was a late hit, I believe, on the quarterback.
It had to have been, because there was only lights and the quarterback, Caden LaPlante, was the only one back there. So nobody getting in trouble with a holding call. But this will give him an automatic first down.
Okay, here he goes. Oh, they're going to say now. Just a little questionable hit. Was it a little bit late? No, we'll let it go.
Well, here comes Berkeley. See if he can put some points on the scoreboard for the Bulldogs. He's the leading scorer for Montana Western, I think.
Yeah, as John Mears was last year. 307 points he scored in his career.
I talked to Lynn Stonelake. He was a kicker once, too.
Yeah.
He loves to watch these guys succeed.
Ooh, yeah, but good one, I think.
Yeah? Oh,
no.
So he misses one.
Yeah, last year, Eric Zoller was here when John was set to break the record of Zoller. And he said, "You get me down there so I can talk to the kid and get my picture taken with him." Okay. Eric is the new principal, I believe, at West Elementary School in Butte.
And in our Hall of Fame.
And I think John Mears will be there.
5 years.
Yep.
Now that we've changed the criteria a little bit. Well, not exactly, because we have a lot of Hall of Famers out there.
But he would be eligible within 5 years.
Yeah. I think those 2 or 3 All-American classifications help him a little too.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh, Northern dropped behind the line of scrimmage by trying to see who that is over there.
Is it 86? 82?
No, 2 was who had the ball.
Yeah, who was the tackler?
There's 3 or 4 of them over there in the red. Might have been 99. So they try the outside.
That's Scotty Dalen, is a freshman out of Whitefish. He's the number 96. He's the one that forced that one to the sideline.
Roman Bradley, the runner for the Lights, and that brings up a 3rd and long situation for MSU-Northern. 7:50 remaining. Oh, way over the outstretched hands of the intended receiver for the Lights.
I think that was Coulter Wolstad out of White Sulphur Springs. Or no, out of Harlowton. And I was going to try and talk to him because I'm wondering if I didn't coach his dad.
I'm not sure if he'd be welcome to talk to with
No.
anybody wearing red
No,
after the
no.
game is over with. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'll just tell him that his dad was a fine athlete. Ran on a couple of relays that got to the state track meet.
There's a much better punt than the last one. Oh, and he finds lots and lots of running room.
And there are no flags.
Wow, that's a new one. It's kind of sad when you expect to see yellow.
And unfortunately, it's the special teams. We see an awful lot of that. I cut my finger washing the dishes yesterday. Not doing that again. And I don't mean cutting my hand. I mean doing the dishes. I'm not doing that again.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs now. They have the ball at the Northern 36-yard line, leading 45-0.
And I'm assuming players have been told, stay in bounds if you can, run that clock.
LaPlante takes off and picks up some yardage. Not a lot, but a decent. Don't you usually want to get like 3 or 4 yards on first down?
Yeah.
I mean, roughly sets things up for better things down the, for your next play.
That's Jackson Kink, linebacker for the Lights with the tackle. Is that Vetter again?
Yep. We're going to have to put him on our chart next week for running backs for our next game. He goes over here. So 3rd and a long 5 for Montana Western. Mason Rasmussen, I don't think he was the intended receiver.
He was not the intended receiver.
But he caught it anyway.
He was paying attention.
Do you think that was a safety valve or just pure luck?
No, I think that, you look deep and then you look shallow, and the throw was just a little bit high.
So 1st and 10, Montana Western. Better with the ball again, and he doesn't get much. Diamani Wright, first in on the stop for MSU-Northern.
Seattle, Washington. My younger brother lives in Renton, Washington, fire commissioner for King County.
So no gain on that last play. LaPlante rolls out, and he hits. Did he?
Oh, that one was going to be intercepted.
I was going to say he threw it to the Northern receiver, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that
there's got to be a lot of pressure under someone coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. I mean, he's only a freshman, Did you bring your atlas with you?
And you're replacing
I wanted to
a
know
legend.
where Granite Falls, Washington is. 3rd and 10. Oh, wide open right over the middle. And that was Mason Rasmussen again. And after he caught it, I think the term would be lumber. He lumbered for another 6 or 7 yards, and the Bulldogs have it 1st and goal.
Well,
Vetter right up the middle, and looks like he's down to about the 1 or 2 yard line. Oh, great stop there. Right at about the 2 yard line.
what town did you want me to look for? Because it is so small, it doesn't show up on the map.
Grant O'Neill just stood Vetter up right at the 2 yard line and makes it 3rd and goal from there.
Roll him out.
LaPlante falls into the end zone for the Bulldog touchdown. His first touchdown as a Bulldog.
Well, congratulations. I hope everybody in Granite Falls is as happy as Caden is.
That'll be your assignment. Find out where Granite Falls is.
I will do it.
So 51-0 the score. Berkeley will attempt the extra point. He's only missed a field goal today. Everything else has been perfect, as was that. So, with 3:44 left to play in our ball game, it is Montana Western 52, MSU-Northern 0. Back with the Bulldog kickoff after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium, and we were just talking about our players of the week, of the game. We're rejuvenating our old Sparky's arrangement. Yeah. We're going to give our players of the week a gift certificate for a sandwich at Sparky's.
That's Eddie. Yeah, Eddie DeWert kicked off that time.
Well,
and a good return, huh?
Yeah. Well, Woodley's been saying, I'd really like the ball to show you what I can give you, and he's made some pretty good noise the last couple times he's touched it.
Yeah, that second group of players in the special teams, there's some work to be done there.
So 1st and 10 lights from their own 40. Quarterback keeper, and he's going nowhere. Oh. I mean, he went
right into the arms of
Sione Posse.
I think
Posse.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no, formal introduction. It was just down.
5'11", 265 freshman from Hawaii. And when he wraps up and throws him to the ground.
So 2nd and 12 now. That was a 2-yard loss. And quarterback keeper, he's got a little running room, but he's going nowhere. He gets thrown out of bounds.
And that is Ethan Maroney.
And, yeah.
I think he should have run out of bounds, saved the time.
That's the 3rd quarterback for Northern again.
Well, this is a game where you would get a chance to see a number of players go down through the depth chart, get some experience.
And right now it is 3rd and 5, and we got an offside on Northern.
No, I think it's on Western.
Okay, so that's a good thing to talk. One of the new rules is, you know how the defense will sometimes try and draw the offense off by doing something. If it's not a football move, it becomes a 5-yard penalty against the defense. But I think that was a football move.
Yeah, that's offensive.
They moved.
Yeah. No, it was a defensive offside.
But that's enough for a first down for the Lights. Ball 1st and 10 from the 50. 2:14 left to play. Maroney is back to pass, and now he's chased out of the pocket. Finds some running room and brought down.
That's our buddy Canyon Sargent.
Yeah. Son of Jason, who was a Bulldog like a long time ago. We won't tell how long ago, and he also had our 70 scholarship one year.
I believe he was one of the first recipients. He's a great kid.
And he caught the quarterback from behind. And it looks like we've got a timeout, but we'll keep it right here.
It is the 2-minute timeout.
The 2-minute timeout. So, what are we going to do for player of the game? How about, I'm asking Tad, too, because he's in on this, too. What do you think about defense?
Defense is tough. I'd give it to one of those D linemen, though.
I was thinking Tyler Walker.
He has, 3-4 sacks today?
Yeah. Well, that narrows it down a little bit. And I see my basketball scholarship girl, Isabel Lund, out there distributing water to the officials. She's interning in sports medicine.
That's not Isabella.
Isn't it?
Isabella's my scholarship recipient.
Mine, too.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. It's nice when we can give back. You're right, that's not Isabella. Well, long blonde hair, ponytail, a long ways away. Two minutes left to go. Northern hoping to break the scoreboard. Oh, and there was a missed handoff there. And that resulted in the Bulldogs, along with Mr. Sargent, catching up with everybody.
Sione Posse again. He is a strong man. Oh, no. Hurry up.
Aiden Baker, too, in on the stop. 1:37 left to play. Maroney chased out of the pocket. He's going to pass it to nobody. I think it was the ground doesn't count. You can't bounce it to him. You have to throw it directly into their arms.
Yeah, that's Devin Shelton. He's a 6'5", 195-pound junior from Frenchtown, Montana. I see the Challenge Cadets are making their move, heading back to the dorms. They do bring a little noise to, especially to home basketball games.
So Lights going for it, fourth and about 8. And I think they called another timeout.
I do think they called timeout.
Riley Martello comes out to gather his defenders around him. And he's got all the second teamers out there, so they're getting some much needed experience. It's okay, we've got special teams, we've got defense, now we have to work on an offensive player. I think we should just...
we just asked Tate.
Tad. We should just make him decide, and then...
I was thinking, I really like the way that John Kirkley caught the ball. And Eli Norris, of course.
Yeah, I agree with you because there was that one series where Kirkley got open and created something, so Palandre had someone to throw to. And you said he was making some good blocks too.
But of course, Eli he always looks good. Always, as you said, the yards after the catch. That's why he's a 2-time All-American.
So 4th down and about 12 or about 8. And quarterback chased out of the pocket. Oh, and good defense.
Yeah.
Knocked out of bounds. Who was that? That
is Briggs Doom.
And he did good.
Oh, and got a little antsy here.
Well, one of the Northern players claims that he was held.
That's Tim Arnold, I believe. And looks like Michael Watkins comes over and settles him down. That's quality leadership there.
Yep. So Bulldogs take over, and I think they probably have enough time to just down it 3 times with the knee. Maybe run one play. I think we got another quarterback in.
Johnson. Yeah, it is. It's Jordan Jones out of Bozeman.
Handoff picked up a couple of yards, and we're approaching the 1-minute mark. Another running back.
That's a brand new one, too. Eric Buck. Summer Washington.
There's another assignment for you. Where's Summer Washington?
I wonder what they do during the other seasons. Did they change the name?
So 20s, I'm guessing this is a kneel down. Nope, they're going to run a couple of plays.
And the Northern Lights still working hard, really
that's
playing hard.
That's probably going to do it. So Bulldogs get out of the losing slump. They get back to winning in convincing fashion as Montana Western shuts out MSU-Northern 52-0 and go 1-1 on the season. Northern drops to 0-2. And we're going to take a little break, and maybe we'll have some stats, and maybe we won't, but we'll do it after we'll give you a chance to watch a few things on the Bulldog Sports Network.
I mean, this stuff.
We're back at Bulldog Stadium, and very quickly, Mike's going to go over the final stats. Once again, final score 52-0. Bulldogs over the Lights.
Well, the Bulldogs had 30 first downs to 8 for Montana State Northern. Passing yards, or rushing yards, excuse me. The Bulldogs had 96. Northern had 85. Passing yards, Northern had just 27 yards, while Michael Palandri and the crew threw for 424 yards. The Bulldogs were 34 out of 44 with no interceptions. Montana State Northern 9 of 18 with no interceptions. Total offensive plays, the Bulldogs playing without a huddle very often, 79 plays for 521 yards. Montana State Northern 49 plays for 112 yards. There were a couple of fumbles, but no yards returned. Punt yards, four punts for 62 yards for the for Western. Interceptions, there were no interceptions, and getting down here, the penalties. The Bulldogs had 9 for 98 yards, and that's something that Ryan's going to have to talk about. And Montana State Northern had 8 for 68 yards. Third down efficiency, Montana Western 33%, Northern 26%. And the red zone chances, only one effort for Northern, and they did not get in. And the Bulldogs scored 7 out of 9 times from the in the red zone.
So
go ahead, Will.
Final score: Montana Western 52, Northern nothing. Looking really quickly, Bulldog football is done. It has a bye weekend next week, and then they travel to Billings for Rocky. Bulldog volleyball is in Butte on Wednesday against Montana Tech, and then we'll see them here next Friday and Saturday against Dickinson State and Bismarck State College. Bulldog cross country off the road this weekend. They'll travel to Missoula next weekend. And Bulldog Rodeo next weekend travels to Glendive for the Dawson Community College Big Sky Rodeo. That's going to do it for me, our producer Tad, and Mike Miller.
And we announced the player of the game.
Oh, I forgot about that. We're reviving our Sparky's Player of the Game. Each winner will receive a gift certificate for a sandwich at Sparky's. Our winners today: Offensive Player of the Game is John Kirkley. Defensive Player of the Day is Tyler Walker. And our Special Teams Player, I'll let you say his name.
Berkeley.
McLean
Berkeley.
Yeah.
Berkeley. I almost said Jackson.
Yeah, no, Jackson plays basketball.
Had 3 tackles for a loss, and he had 3.5 sacks. So
that's our players.
That's our players of the game.
So we're going to do it from Bulldog Stadium. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a few weeks on the Bulldog Sports Network.